2 years ago, my father and I were elk hunting in the mountains of Idaho. And we were at the very top of the mountain, and the snow was just way too thick to drive the truck any farther. So our only way that we could go any further was using our snowmobiles. But we were about halfway to the truck, but we were still a couple miles away. My snowmobile broke down. We couldn't get it started, and we could see that there was incoming snow, and we just didn't want to leave it there all night. So then luckily, my dad brought some paracord with him, which then we used paracord to tow a snowmobile all the way back to our truck, which then got us back home safely. So the big hero in that story would be the paracord, which was just simple 550 paracord. And which means the 550 means 550 pounds of strength just in the single strand. And then inside each paracord is 7 inner strands of small, thin rope that each one of these has 35 pounds of tensile strength. And then you can unstrand these even more to get small wire rope, and each one of these has 7 pounds of torque, or tensile strength. So then now you have all this rope, what are you going to do with it? If you're in a survival situation, if you have one of these handy-dandy survival bracelets, then you instantly have 8 feet of this useful tool, which you can use as a fishing trout line, and you can use like a bottle cap as a hook if you just bring hooks with you. And then just throw it in the river, and then you would have fish. Or if you're not near any water but you're in some woodland areas, you can make a simple snare by just taking a loop like this and setting it on a game trail, and then tying this off to a tree, and then when an animal would go through it, it would cinch, and then you would have fresh food. Or, most important thing of survival is fire, and if you don't have any matches, then you can make a simple fire bow by just using a piece of green wood, and then the stick would be here, and then you just would rub it together and you would create fire. Really simple and really productive. Now, these are all other things that you can use with your survival bracelet. And the way that you would make one of these is you would take every foot equals 1 inch of a bracelet. So on this 8-inch bracelet, I have 8 feet of paracord. But the way that you would tie it is very simple. You go under, then over, and then through that loop. And it's the same thing in reverse order. When you want to untie it, you just pull one of these strands, and you just keep pulling, and then it's real simple, and then you have all the paracord you need. So, in these bags I have 4 feet of paracord. Can anybody tell me something that they can use this with for that's not on this list, and then you can win a little prize? Does anybody have one? You could use it to make a bracelet. Does anybody else have one?
I'm going to use it to tie my horse up.
Exactly, yeah, something to tie your horse up. Now, in these, there's instructions that tell you how to make them, and a key ring, so then you can have a 4-inch little key loop that you can carry as a bunch of paracord with you at all times. Does anybody else have an idea? As a grappling line, yeah. Does anybody have another one? Last one. Yeah, to hang stuff with. All right. So now we've gone over how you can use these, how to make them, how to untie them, and most importantly, how to use them. Are there any questions?
How expensive is this stuff?
It's really not that expensive. I think it's like 10 bucks for about 100 feet or so. So it's, comparing it to other rope, it's the same price, but it's a lot smaller, and you still get the same amount of strength, and it has a lot more uses. The question was, where do you purchase it? You can get the green paracord like this at Army surplus stores, but if you want to get a little crazy, you can get camouflage ones, pink, black, they have tons of colors, but you have to order those online. I'm not sure an exact site, but they're real easy. It's $5.50 paracord, and yeah, just online. Are there any other questions? If not,
Where do you guys get to make these?
The question was, where did I get the idea to make these? I found the idea online after I started looking into it once we got back home from using this in such a good situation. I thought about a way that I could have this with me. And then I found how to make them online, and then showed my mom, and we use these as a 4-H workshop for the younger kids, but I just found it online. Any other questions? If not, this concludes my presentation. Thank you.